Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Whimsy with the Z. I'm your host, Ben, and today we have two people with us. We have Alice and Danielle. Hello. And Alice is texting.
I'm checking my appointment's location.
Is my phone? I need to charge my phone before it dies. Like one moment, it's like right here.
It's his first day at work today, and his phone is dying.
I started the show. We're in the middle of a conversation. But as we're setting up, I just thought it was important that everybody knew that Alice had to help kidsplain like decorations because Danielle has some really cool lights in her room, and I didn't know what it was. Alice instantly knew I had no idea what it was, and that they're LED lights with cotton to make them look like clouds. I was almost offended until I realized that she was totally right, that I had no idea what it was. Are LED lights like I know that they're the new cool thing. Do any of you guys ever consider like a black light? Like go like retro, like 90s, early 2000s? Like do we not like the idea or the look of a black light anymore?
To be honest, I've never really seen black light before.
Alice, does anybody have a black light anymore? Or are they all LEDs?
From the people that I know, they all have LEDs, but I feel like there could still be people that have black light. Because I feel like you gotta have a certain style, like whole setup of your own room for you to go ahead and have a black light. You know? Like maybe you gotta have a more dark decorated room, and then like your posters and stuff like that, or tapestry, whatever.
You should both ask your mothers about what it was like. What did a kid's room look like? I don't know if your mom specifically, but definitely like some of the boys that they probably hung out with. Like it was all about like the black light, because then you can get the paint, like the neon paint that kind of reflects with the black light, and then I'm a big fan of the black light. I did Liam's room. He has a black light, so I was always curious of like when did the black light go out? Because, and do you guys like do either of you have a strobe light in your room?
I don't know what that is.
Is that one of the ones where it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wait, what? Can someone explain it?
A strobe light is just a light that blinks super fast. So when you're in a room with a strobe light, when you move around, it looks like you're moving in slow motion. Like it looks like super weird. It's definitely a generational thing, I guess. Like, because it used to be in the 90s, early 2000s, like almost every room had the felt, the fuzzy felt posters where you had to color in the poster. And then there was a lava lamp, and then either a strobe light and or a black light. And now all you guys got LEDs. And now she's taunting me. She's playing with the colors.
See? It's a cloud. They're changing colors.
She's like, can your black light do that? No. I don't. Like, I get it. Like, I agree. Decorate your room in a way that expresses you. So, for whatever reason, I think we know what a lot of 90s and 2000 kids were doing, in which they liked the black light and the fuzzy poster and everything else, but whatever.
Yeah, my room now is completely different from when I had it when I was a kid. For sure.
Did you all right, real quick. let's go with Alice first, and give me some of the like. Okay, hold on. I'm wigging out right now. Like we're completely off topic. She makes the lightning move around. Like if they're an LED light and you add the cotton, like is there a setting that makes it? Oh, I guess it's just the trail like setting.
You want to see it?
Like I feel so old.
Wait.
I hate my life right now.
There's different modes. One moment. I'm trying to find it. Like that?
Yeah. Like, how do you know that was the design that you were going to get when you put them up there? I have to watch a YouTube tutorial now. Lame.
I think really people, they just like go ahead and they place their LED lights like in the certain spot that like the general area that they're going to want their clouds to be at. And then they go ahead and they put the lights up there, and then they go ahead. They have basically the outline sketch.
Yeah.
Where their cloud is going to be, and they put the cotton in there.
I guess.
It's actually kind of easy. There's like, you can use like whatever type of cotton like I did, but the LED lights, you just put them in like a line wherever you go, as long as it like, you can't actually like connect them to the roof. You have to have like, well, it's recommended, you don't have to.
Yeah.
You have to have like poster boards down and then put the LED lights on it, and then you have to staple it to the roof. But that's only just so the cotton doesn't stick to the roof. Like,
this is almost fascinating to me. Like my daughter's 4. At one point, she's gonna be like, "Dad, I need some clouds," and I'd be like, "Now I know that you have to poster board it first, because I swear to God, I'd be able to just stapling it right to the ceiling."
And you got cotton on your ceiling.
All right, real quick. What kind of decoration? You brought it up. You got to decorate your room in a way that expresses you. Give me 3 items in your room that expresses who you are today. Look around. She's actually grabbing the items, everybody. Like I was just like, she could have lied. She's like, "Yeah, I got
a lot."
She's like, "I need more than 3." And then FYI, Danielle, you'll be next.
Yeah.
Okay. Who do we have?
This is a little ghost decoration. It was with our Halloween decorations, but I saw it and I just wanted it, so I put it in my room.
And how does this help represent you?
Because I love Halloween.
All right. And it was stolen.
Yeah, all the spooky stuff.
All right, it's cute. I like it. What else you got?
What is this?
Did you make that bowl with all your paintbrushes?
No. I got this.
It's a snail.
oh, it's cute.
Yeah. And it's like one of those just little holdy things. And I have all my paintbrushes in here and stuff like that.
Okay.
Because I collect them like a middle-aged man that collects fishing poles.
Do you paint with them, or you just collect them because you like them?
It's because I like to paint.
Yeah.
So I just have all kinds of paintbrushes, and I love them, and I take care of them. I have old ones. I have new ones. I have ones in a box that I haven't touched at all whatsoever.
You gotta keep them pristine. You keep them in a box because you're like, these need to be used when I have the urge to paint your masterpiece, and you're like, these are my masterpiece ones.
Yeah.
Do you have a third one?
Let me. Okay. I gotta take a quick scan.
Do you have lights on your curtains?
Yeah.
Like, I sound so creepy. I'm like, hey. All right.
My mom took the batteries.
Oh, lame.
I would turn them on for you, but.
Moms.
Yeah. And then I also have LED lights. I have that poster up there.
Starry Night?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because you like painting?
Yes, and also I like Vincent van Gogh's art. I have another poster of one of his paintings.
All right, Danielle, your turn. What do you got? I need 3 items in your room that help express who you are.
Okay. Do living things count?
Yeah.
Okay. Come here, child. You're fine.
Cat's
I'm
like, I
not
don't want
abusing
to
her,
do
I
this.
swear. She sounds like I'm a crazy cat lady, okay? This is the outside cat, so stop it.
Is that your favorite cat?
No,
You have a
my
favorite
baby
cat?
is.
All right, what
I
else
think
you
she's
got?
camera shy. She's usually outside though, so I don't blame her.
Are those stickers on your wall?
Yeah, they are. I've had those since I was like 7.
Alice, when did you start taking all your stickers off your wall? Wait, first, what kind of stickers are they? Of what?
They're just like, hold up, let me take one off. Okay, they're like not even. There's nothing on them. They're just like shiny sequence things.
All right, Alice, when did you start taking all your shiny sequence stuff off your wall and went more artsy?
Well, the last time I had my own room was when I was like, maybe like 6 or 7.
Okay.
And I had not shiny sequin stickers, but I had the Tinkerbell characters,
Okay.
wall stickers, and I had my walls painted colorful stripes. So,
All right, what else you got up there, Danielle? We need one more item.
Wait, isn't it 2 more? Or did the stickers count?
I can do 2 more if you don't want the stickers to count. I was just curious.
Stickers don't count because those have been here forever.
they don't count because you asked about them.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right. Fair. My bad.
You went off and you were like, oh, what's that?
There's a lot of anime stuff in my room, I'll be honest. Like, a lot.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's the way to go. Do you do posters or do you do wall scrolls or tapestries?
Both.
Okay, fair enough. I don't do posters. I can't do posters anymore. If I do posters, I have to frame them.
Yeah, I have posters, paintings, and like scroll things.
Okay.
I have all 3, all of the above. I'm looking because I don't really have anything in my room that I can grab.
You should have a sketch pad of some kind somewhere.
Mm-mm.
I'm not saying that is the pick, but I'm saying that if I knew you enough in your room, something that would help describe who you are, I would assume that there would be a pencil and or a sketch pad of some kind.
No, I never use a pencil and sketch pad. I'm gonna be honest, I just use printer paper because it's plain.
Okay, well, fair enough.
Also, I've always had a pet peeve with notepads. I mean, I'll use them sometimes. I just hate how it like bends and like the shading, because then I can't like move it around that much without it like being weird. And if I like color on it, the marker always seeps through. So why just not use a single one? But okay, anyways, let me just walk around real quick.
I also have a sign on my wall that says it's all shits and giggles until someone giggles and shits.
True.
Yeah.
I will show you some of my pictures. They don't count though because it's just my pictures. My dinosaur is in the background. My baby picture is also in the background, and Dean's. I think you've already seen this one. I hung it up.
Very cool. I like it.
They're over there. I kind of hang them up kind of high, but missed this one. I don't know if you saw that one.
Uh-huh. I like that you put your own stuff up. Like, it's cool because like
I do that a lot. If it's a really good one, then I will. What?
Alice, do you hang any of your stuff?
I have a couple of my own paintings hung up. Yeah.
I can't grab this one. This one's old.
That's cute.
It's an ice cream sundae.
It is. Okay, that counted as like 3, but we're not going to talk about that because they were all together. So I have one more thing. I have a lot of stuffed animals in my room too. Like a lot. But I would never have a childhood if I didn't have Pokemon cards.
That's what which is super funny because we found out this week that you and I both play Pokemon TCG Pocket.
Speaking of that, off topic, but I got a rainbow today.
That's what we're talking about.
I know, right? But wait. Me and Dean recently got like a starter pack. I'm just gonna show you like 5 maybe, because I'm not 5 of my favorite ones because I have good ones. Okay, they're in slots. Okay. Again, I would have never grown up without Pokemon because that was like one of my favorite like shows and games, like all of the above. Anyways, okay, I got them. I have some evolutions as well.
I like it.
I know, right? This one is probably like, this one's not my favorite, but it's like one of my best.
Okay, I like it.
Charizard. These ones aren't too special, but I just like love these Pokemon. Glaceon.
It's funny. Alice, do you like Pokemon? Did you ever fall into that Pokemon craze?
Not as much as y'all did.
You're like, I like Pikachu, but now you're like, anything outside of that, I got nothing.
I think everyone in the world knows Pikachu, even if they didn't watch Pokemon.
Yeah.
Pikachu is one of the most, probably one of the most recognizable characters.
I know, right?
With like Santa, Homer Simpson, like a couple of other things. In Mario is one of the most recognizable characters.
Because when I was younger, I had like a whole bunch of my own Pokemon cards. And then I think at some point I gave them to my uncle. He's only like 2 years older than me.
Okay.
But he was obviously much more into Pokemon than I was, and I didn't really like fully understand the whole like of it. So I was just like, oh, like here. But I did. He would watch like the shows and stuff like that, and I would kind of watch them with him, but I didn't fully get into it.
Okay. All right. You enjoyed it, but you didn't live it.
Mm-hmm.
Like the rest of us.
I wish I did.
Okay. Sorry, it won't be much longer. Anyway, speaking of Pikachu, I have a shiny Pikachu.
There we go. Pikachu's. I like him. I dig it. I'll jump on the Pikachu bandwagon.
I do have evolutions. I don't get evolutions a lot, but I have the pair.
Okay.
The pair. And then this one's my favorite pair. Well, not my favorite, but one of my favorites. I don't have the third evolution.
All right.
That's it. Those are my favorites.
That is awesome. In the group chat, I'd like to thank the both of you for being the more active and engaging within the group chat. I did pose a question in the chat because I recently started painting like little 4x6s pictures for my daughter, and I like to show them off, and then you showed off your drawings and stuff. and I posed the question, or the request is, could you guys create something once a week, and just once a week do something artsy or creative? Do you guys think you guys can do that still? You can just, Danielle, you can just doodle me a sketch and be like, here you go, Ben. That's what you want.
I like to draw, but a thing about me, I'm not too motivated about my drawings.
Well, this is my hopefully Alice backs me up here. Alice, do you think you could do something semi-creative once a week?
Yeah, I can.
All right, so then Danielle's the only one looking like not doing something cool, I guess.
I know I'm boring. Thank you.
Oh. I think it's fun. I'm not good at any of it. I've shown both of the paintings in the background on one of the live streams, but my daughter loves them. She absolutely adores them, and I guess that's the main purpose of it. So with everybody else, but it's funny. I don't know how. I have an idea, so I just drew one with a cactus and a cave and whatever. I don't know how to paint, is what I've realized. I don't know how. Like, I feel stupid when I paint. I'm like, it's so weird, but it's fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm gonna start playing with different paint brushes because there's 100 different like widths and then like lengths, and then there's one that fans out. I don't know what any of these things do.
So you're talking about different paintbrushes and stuff like that?
Yeah.
And I'm trying really hard not to over explain and stuff like that because Danielle's raising her hand.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I just don't like to speak out of turn, even though I do it with Dean all the time. We're not going to talk about that. He's like, we do that all the time to each other. But anyways, again, I love painting, but it's just a motivational thing for me. And I'm going to be honest, I have the same schedule every day. Also, I run out of like paint supplies. I love painting as well. Like painting is probably when I'm like, I like painting more than sketching.
Okay.
But the thing is, I usually lose all my paintbrushes and I only have like 3 left. So it's kind of hard to paint with. Canvases I have to buy because I literally only have really, really thin pieces of paper. And then like the paints. I have paint. I actually have a lot of paint, but the thing is, it's the same color.
What color is it?
I have yellow, blue, red, pink,
Okay.
and white, and that's it. That's just those 3. I don't even have red.
You could paint a minion. My daughter painted a minion. Hold on, I'll show you that shit. That was fucking. It looked good too. Hold on. You two discuss.
Alright. I saw you had a Demon Slayer poster. I got excited.
I have a lot of Demon Slayer stuff in here. Do you want to? Oh, I have. Look at my Nezuko.
That's so cute. My cousin, she has all kinds of stuff sitting on shelves and whatnot in her room. And also, she had gotten me into watching what's that one anime? Jujutsu Kaisen?
I love Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't have any merch from that though.
She got me into watching it, and I want to watch the second season of it, but I have to go on an illegal website.
You don't have Crunchyroll?
No.
Yeah, it has lipstick on.
That is definitely a minion, though.
Yeah.
It is a minion. And it has lipstick on.
That's so cute.
She did the overalls, and like, oh, that kid is so cool. And then, right, because I don't know what I'm doing. She has her palette, right? We have all the colors, and then she takes a sponge brush that we have, mixes everything, and I'm just like, I guess. But then she actually comes up with like it's interesting. It's
I used to do stuff like that. Like a lot of the time, I used to do stuff like that.
Like I'm because I look at the mess, and I'm like, well, clearly, I'm like, but all the colors are there. Like, she mixed it in. Like, I don't know. She's fantastic. She's so cool. Ugh. Anyway, All right. This segues into our conversation topic of today is what do you like? What do we do? Are you? Let's start with. Are you embarrassed about who you are? Like, are you like nervous or scared of people seeing like how weird and quirky you guys are? Like, you like anime, you like to paint. Like, oh, that's weird. Like, do you guys ever worry about how people look at and think about you?
I used to.
You? When?
One thing about my mama, she taught me that if someone doesn't like me or they don't like if they're making fun of me, to give no fucks. I never have, and I mean, with people that I've like gotten close with, if I figure they're talking behind my back, I'll get hurt because like they were my friend and I thought they liked me. That would hurt. But if like a random stranger didn't like me, I'll be like, okay, then don't be my friend. Like what?
And then you said it used to bother you.
Yeah.
What was it that bothered you?
I don't know if it necessarily bothered me, but I wouldn't exactly. I used to not really show who I really was to like people I was friends with.
Mm-hmm.
It's like ever since I was little, basically, I've been told. I've always done what I was told to do. I always listened to whatever people told me to do and say and yada yada. And then started getting older, you know, like going into 5th grade and stuff like that. Again, getting older, and I would try to fit in with the other people that I was around and that I was friends with because I was trying to be friends with them. And then I got bullied because I was just trying to be nice and stuff like that. I was trying to fit in. No, I got bullied. And then quarantine happened, and that was like, I don't know what happened, but that was my revelation. A butterfly coming out of the cocoon. Yeah. And I started to just like not care at all.
You got the pandemic give you a nice reset where you're like, I don't have to see these people. You come out and you're like, I really don't care. Like I realize I don't.
Yeah.
So before the pandemic, you felt you had to hide the real you to kind of fit in more.
Mm-hmm.
Does that happen to you, Danielle, at all? Like is there a pressure that you have to either fit in or you can't be the real you? Like, are there parts of you that you don't take to school with you? You're like, I'm going to leave this weird, quirky, nerdy thing at home and nobody at school knows about it.
Okay, that's kind of complicated.
Okay.
Because at home, I have a whole different side of me that only my family can see, and that is an oath. And it's not that I'm embarrassed of it. It's just that's only for my family members to see because obviously like they're my family members. But it's like for the first like month of school, I will not be myself. But if you decide to be my friend, you will see a whole new side of me, and you will stay there for as long as because you're the one that decided to be in this friendship. But yeah, I just hide myself at the beginning, so I make a good impression. But I'm never really embarrassed of myself. In fact, like I'm a little kind of the opposite. I mean, it's not like the only thing that I would be embarrassed about which is like a big thing for me since like I was like really, really young. I still kind of am like not embarrassed about it, but insecure like that makes sense.
Yeah.
My arms, because I have like a skin condition that I haven't really seen many kids with.
Mm-hmm. Alice, was there anything like that you were self-conscious about that that affected the way that you interacted with people or the way that you like presented yourself?
It was mostly my looks
Okay.
that I had gotten insecure about because of what other people would say.
And like I get that we throw away most of like the shit talk, like most of it like we can brush off and we don't care. What's the one area that just gets under your skin? Like if they say it and they hit this topic, you're just like, I can no longer just walk away. Like what is it, that one thing that, talk about anything you want but don't say this?
Seems like Danielle has something.
What you got?
It actually happened to me recently.
No.
But if anyone talks about like, if anyone talks about my parents in a disrespectful way, I will get mad. Or my brother.
What are they saying about your parents or your brother?
A girl in my school. Okay, it's a very, very long thing, and I don't feel like introducing her.
Which is fine.
But on a game like Genshin Impact, I friended her. Like she was my friend like before, like maybe like the first month of the school year, we decided to become friends. That all changed like immediately after she did one thing. But on Genshin, she randomly like chatted on me there one day. She said that it was a big thing. I don't even know how it got to our parents. Oh yeah, I do know how it got to our parents. But okay. May I talk about this real quick? So a little story time.
Go ahead, I'm all ears.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you why I didn't like her at first. Because when she sent that before she sent that the chat in Genshin, I already didn't like her. In my class, we were learning about Gandhi, and how the British and the Indians were like not getting along very well. She said that she was going to shoot all British people, and I found that very, very like disturbing and disrespectful, probably because one of my like best friends is like somewhat British, and also it's also because of the animes. I just respect British people, okay, and I've always like somewhat wanted to be British, so that like got on my nerves. And my best friend who's in that class too, like she's like somewhat British, she got mad at her. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to get in trouble, but I did send an email to my teacher saying about that. So I already didn't like her. And then like 2 weeks later, that message on Genshin, she was like, okay, she said that her friend said that I ignored her. Okay, I can't give names, right?
Hold on, let me write down what time it is. Okay, go ahead. I'll bleep it out.
Okay. So she said that I apparently ignored her because in homeroom I complimented on her, what's it called? On her Genshin profile picture, and then apparently she asked me if I played Genshin. I didn't see that. I was throwing up that day. I was like very sick. I was throwing up and I had a really, really bad stomach ache. Like I felt like I was gonna like die. So I told Esri that, and then she said she had the audacity to say, well, if you're throwing up and you have a stomach ache, why didn't your parents like take you out of school? My parents usually do that. You must have shitty parents. What? First of all, it's online school. Leave me alone. Second of all, I can do what I want, and I don't want to have any more absences. Third of all, did you just call my parents shitty? I was freaking mad, but it's over a game. Like, we were texting over a game, so I was like, I can't really say stuff or else I'm going to get bad, and I don't really want that. I didn't say anything too mad. I didn't say anything too like mean to her because I don't know. I never really talk to people in a mean way unless it's Dean. But that just like got under my skin for days. And I was like even shaking. I can never even like when it's class and she's there. Every single time I see her, I like I want to punch her.
All right, so don't talk about your parents. All right, got it. But like, and then here's why Alice is here, because I don't understand it, right? The first comment that she made about shooting all the British, it almost seems like it was a comment to be like, to promote the Indian side, to be like, oh, the heck with white people, I want to be woke and be like, the Indian people were more right. So it's like a really bad joke is what it almost sounded like to me. And I don't know. But even when she's like, you have shitty parents, like I almost, and I don't know. Do you think it was meant with like seriously your parents are shitty, or is it just the fact that she said it? Like
it's just the fact that she said it. Even if they don't mean it, if they say if anyone says anything about my parents in a disrespectful way, I will get into a fist fight.
I did give Alice a heads up of where I was going to take today, and she was like, "If there's a problem," she's like, "Where does she live? We're going to go beat her up." I'm like, I don't even know what's happening yet. I'm like, I just want to know. Alice got your back.
Yeah.
Like I just like, hey, we're going to talk about bullying a little bit. She's like, why? Who's being bullied? Who do we need to fight? I'm like, well, let's just calm down. I'm like, we don't know yet, Alice. And she's like, I don't care. She's like, I'll call the girls. And I'm like, all right. All right. So, okay. So just with that particular comment, anything, even if it's just a bad joke, will make them. What is your topic? What is your one no-go place, Alice?
I'm not entirely sure if I have one.
Okay.
Not that I know of yet, or not that I remember. But
what was the fight? Okay, when your mom was on, I had to cut out like a 45-minute story because your mom went crazy. What was that fight about?
It was about those two girls that I used to be friends with. And it was because they just weren't being very good friends.
Okay, so your trigger is more of you can say whatever you want, but like if we're no longer friends, you no longer get to play and say whatever. Like there's no more joking.
I'm no longer civil. If you're gonna continue, then
okay.
And there was this I don't want to say incident, but there was the time where a girl that I sat next to in my English last year, she was weird and she was so rude. One time she wanted to try and insinuate that I didn't have a father because I didn't live with him. And she was like, oh, that's the same thing. And then also she wanted to go ahead and, again, insinuate, like, trying to say that I probably didn't have good hygiene because I'm white.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Kids have sad insults. Like, why? That's so dumb.
Okay, well, thank you, because I was half there. I was like those are the best burns we can do. Like, I'm trying to think, because I'm trying to think back if there was a no-go area.
Yeah,
and I can't think one offhand. Not that I'm like, I always leaned into it. I always went with you're going to make a bad joke at me, and I'm going to give one back at you and kind of like lean into it.
Do you want to know what I said back to her?
Huh?
Do you want to know what I said back?
What?
I think it was when she was trying to insinuate that I don't have a dad. It was something about my dad that she was trying to insinuate. And I was like, or she said something, and I was like, oh no. I was like, oh no. Don't go ahead and try to get back at me just because your parents don't like you. Because she wanted to say something about my dad. She was like, oh, you don't have a dad. I was like, oh no. Don't try to talk shit about me. Don't try to shit on me because your parents hate you. Like,
Nice.
it was outrageous. It was outrageous.
Yeah. I was the same way. Like whatever you say to me, I'll own part of it and then be like deflat. Have either of you been in a physical fight because of something said to you?
No, but if I was in person school and as you said that to my face, I'm pretty sure she would have ended up in the hospital.
You would have swung.
Do you think she would have said it out loud, face to face? Like, isn't that part of the idea behind the bullying now? Is it's all done, via social media and text and everything, so you can say whatever you want with no consequences, basically. Do you think in person those interactions change?
Maybe, but the thing is, in the online school, remember when I said she said she's gonna shoot British people?
Yeah.
I have like a camera sight on it so I can see her camera. She was laughing and like doing this for no reason. She didn't even seem like she's embarrassed of it at all.
Oh,
so maybe in person, if she said my parents were shitty in person, that's probably.
Okay.
She could have probably said it. I don't know as a person, and I don't really want to anymore.
Alice, are you quick? Okay, Danielle is like, you say anything, I'll punch you in the face. So she's like hair trigger. Are you similar, or do you kind of like just get angry before you start swinging?
I don't immediately start swinging.
Okay.
I mean, I think about it, obviously.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we all do.
I don't swing unless they swing first.
Fair. Okay. Danielle's like, nope.
Okay, wait, no. I agree with her because Mama did teach me that as well. But again, if it's about my parents, I will not deal with that. If it's about my friends, if I say something back and she wants to hit me, then she can go ahead. Because then, okay, I'm not a good fighter, but I have practice with cousins and Dean. Because sibling battles, why not?
Jump on backs.
I know. And with those battles, I have learned a lot with fighting. A very big. I don't know. I can't speak anymore.
Alice. Danielle will eventually get to high school. What is some advice that you have for the way that kids are in high school and some of the best ways to diffuse a situation? And or is there anybody that can help if it does get to a point where you're going to start swinging?
If you start to have an issue with somebody, if you don't want to end up getting into a physical altercation with somebody, you could go ahead and address a teacher, like in school, right? You could go ahead and address a teacher or something like that.
Is that acceptable? Because it used to be like, oh, you're gonna narc on me, you're gonna tattletale. Like, is it now appropriate because we see the increase in bullying and violence? Like, is telling a teacher an appropriate response as opposed to like maybe in the 90s?
I feel, with bullying and stuff like that, it can help to tell a teacher or like a trusted adult,
I agree. I support. It's not narking and it's not tattling. they're creating a hostile or school environment, man. Like you don't go to school for that. Like you need to cut that shit off,
Right.
Because you got more important things to be doing than worrying about that shit.
Like
Continue. Apologies.
If you're starting to have an issue with somebody, you don't like that person, and there's like certain issues start continuing with the person, you can go ahead and address a teacher or again a trusted adult. Tell them like, hey, I'm having issues with this person and I don't want it to escalate. So like, is there something I can do? Something you can help me with? Because they're the adult, you know? And with you already telling an adult about that, and if that person, not you, because you're the one that's trying to get away from them, trying to stay away from escalating, if that person chooses to come to you and try to escalate things, then it's more their fault because they're the one that was trying to escalate everything. But yeah.
Does bullying get bigger in high school?
Huh?
Does bullying get bigger in high school? Like, because obviously, like it's meaner. Is it not like? Because now they're going after all kinds of stuff. Like,
I mean, I haven't seen a lot. It's just like certain people, they won't full on like the cliche, like shove you in a locker,
like movies.
Yeah, like in the movies, dunk your head in the toilet, slap your food tray. No, they'll go ahead. People will use words. They'll use their words. That's what it is. And a lot of people, they'll try to be subtle about it. Like how that girl, she was trying to, like, I don't know if she was trying to joke around or she's serious. That type of deal.
Yeah.
Saying that I probably didn't have good hygiene because I was white. Crazy. And then before that, she wanted to be like, oh, you know, friends, they project their insecurities on each other. That's what friends are supposed to do. First of all, you're not my friend. Yeah. Sometimes it could be people that are trying to be friends with you. You said before that someone, like someone you think is your friend, and they go ahead and they do something, and you're just like hurt by that. You got to be able to recognize when someone is not exactly sounding like they're a very good person.
Danielle, are you one to tell like a teacher that, like, obviously you did in this last one, but are you comfortable like going to a teacher or an adult to address shit that Susan's doing?
I usually tell my parents about it.
What did they do about it?
Contact the teacher, the principal.
Okay, so why not go straight to the teacher or the principal yourself? Curious, I don't know.
I'm really bad with words. I stutter a lot and I lose my words very easily because I speak fast.
Now you're angry, and now you're all kinds of like all over the place.
Yeah.
You sound like a bubbling, like,
yeah. So, yeah, I'd rather tell my parents. I've even done this before. I've even told one of like a friend or something, and they can go tell like the teacher for me. But the thing is, sometimes I'll ask them to lie and be like, and like I'll like ask them to say that it didn't come from me and they saw it. Because I just feel better that way. It's just more comfortable.
Is it like a type of thing where you don't want to make you seem like you're trying to cause something, or you're like not like a victim?
Yeah.
Are there any suggestions or advice that if anybody does bring up the family insult, to help de-escalate before she goes instant punch to the face? Count to 10. Like
Count to 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I know.
Maybe not count to 10.
She's like, I only need to count to 1. Because at the end of the day, like, none of it really matters.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, like, you're white and you have daddy issues. Like I know it sucks. Nobody likes to hear it. Like I 100% understand that part.
I mean, yeah, I have daddy issues, but I know who my dad is.
Right.
So, I may be white, but I'm clean.
So like, almost get to a point. Like,
it's just I don't get upset. Like half of the reason I'm upset is half of the reason that I'm upset or angry is because you're insulting me, and then the other half I'm angry or upset is because it was so stupid. I'm looking around to find the audacity of where that came from. Like, where did they get all that audacity? And stupidity. Like,
right?
It's crazy.
Danielle, are you worried about, are you going to continue with the online school, or do you plan eventually, maybe when you get to high school, that you'll go in person?
I still really, really don't know yet, because I'm going to be honest, I really only have online friends. If I went to high school, it would be for friends. But I don't like going in person because, one, usually it's longer. Because sometimes, a lot of online schools I've been to, they'll like teach you what you need to know, and then you do most of the work by yourself and not in class, which I've done. Because I get off really early from my school, and that's what I don't like about like in-person school. Also, like in high school, I don't know if I'm gonna drive. I don't want to save up for a car.
Right.
Also, again, with the online school, if I went to online school if I went to online school for high school, that would also be better for, like, I feel like a job, if I ever got a job.
I'm listing a lot of pros.
Alice is like, shit, I want to do it. I'll go back online.
Shit, I might go back for like 2 months.
Daniel, what are some of the things that you're worried about? Junior high, getting ready to go into your freshman year of high school. We got a pro right here. We got somebody 2 months away from walking away. What kind of advice do we need from her? Looking like to help prepare you for.
I don't know. I'm really bad at questions. So,
Are you personally worried about anything as you progress forward each year? Like, what scares you the most about going, like, the idea of starting a high school as a freshman?
I don't like growing up. I think that's it. I mean, I don't like. I feel like all kids, like at a very young age, are like, I can't wait to grow up. And then when they're like in their tweens or in teens, they're like, I don't want to grow up.
But, so are you glad that you got away from your tween phase? Is it pretty cool being a teen?
You said, is it pretty cool being a teen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm. Danielle, you're in a really fun position because we get to transition you from the tween to the teen.
Yay.
And then like into high school. So it's going to be interesting to watch. Like, you will probably have the most change from everybody because you're like tween, and then you're like anime boys, then you're like, oh man, I like this stupid smelly boy now, and you're like, then you're gonna hate your life.
Oh no! It's the image on my face.
Whatever.
Ew.
You're checking his location, Alice.
Hey, okay, that's different.
You like that smelly boy.
I will be honest.
Hours.
I made an oath. I made an oath that I would focus on school and a good career for high school and middle school. And in college, I might consider dating. I made an oath to my parents that I would not start dating until college. If I have a crush, I'm getting it out of my mind immediately, unless it's an anime boy from like a book or like an anime that came to life.
See, it's okay to have a little crush here and there.
But that's like the tweenest thing I've ever heard in my life. I love it. Alice, do you think she can adhere to that oath growing up? Like we got shit's gonna start happening in life, and as you grow up, like you as a person will change. Do you think she can adhere to that oath that she'll spend the next 8 years focused on school and on school only?
If that's how she feels, if that's what she believes in herself in this very moment that she can do, then I believe her as well. That's right. What I live by that. If I feel a certain way about something at this very moment, then that's how I feel. Okay. I can't be for sure 10 years from now, but in this very moment, that's how I feel about it. So I believe in you, Danielle. I'm back.
I like it. I will also support the idea that your oath is one. It's nice that you've at least thought enough about it to be like, I know what I want to focus on. So we're still struggling with some of the other Whimsy kids of like what we're trying to do. You're like, I already know it. Focus on this one thing. We're gonna figure it out. But it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be fun. I think we got like 2 or 3 more years, and we're going to see a roller coaster of Danielle. It's going to be amazing.
I'm already a roller coaster at home. But also, again, with the not dating until college, boys, I've learned this from my mother. Again, I learned a lot of things from my mother. Boys are more immature when they're younger, especially in high school and middle school.
Even at 40, we're still immature. Mm-hmm. And I apologize. I don't mean to come across like I'm just assuming like it'll be a boy. You could go any direction that you want. Just FYI, I just want that known that I support any decision of anybody you decide to like. So it's just like 2025 bad for at least like not acknowledging that you can like whoever you want. You're like, I like anime boys, but I do like girls because they do smell pretty. And you're like, fair enough. So not suggesting one way or another, just wanted on the record. But you can technically do whatever you want.
And then also, if when you're older, you just want to live by yourself and your cats, and you're happy with that for the rest of your life, that's great too.
I wouldn't mind that, because then my future boyfriend or husband won't have to deal with my Delulu.
I think that's all I got for you guys. I'm curious because I was curious on what bullying looks like and what some of your guys' triggers are. It's good to know that insults have gotten way lamer than they did in the 90s, but regardless, they still hurt. If they hit that right spot. So just wanted to make sure that we at least like recognize what those things are and that we find somebody to help out. It's no longer a towel, like a narking on anybody. So do you guys have any questions for each other before we go? I did this to your brother. What is one thing what's one takeaway from today's conversation that you'll take?
The one part where Alice said that I should try to control my anger before I punch someone.
I
I'm
like
proud of you for not punching anybody yet.
it.
I have done that to Dean.
You
It's
punched
okay.
him?
Well,
That's
actually, I'm not even equal with him, even though I punched him. We can't be equal until like we get into like a really big fist fight. We never actually done that. Wait, actually, no, I don't think I've actually punched him. I think I've slapped him.
That's okay.
You're allowed to, your siblings. Alice, what is the takeaway from today?
Just let me know if I need to pull up with the bat.
There you go. You got backup if you need it.
Yeah.
Even though most of your friends are online, you got one ready to travel. Do you guys like the 3-person? Like,
Yeah.
Did this go okay for you guys? Everybody had an appropriate amount of time to speak, and we cover everything. I like it. I don't know if like a lot of it's just testing things out, and I thought Alice would be good to kind of help me with what bullying looks like today, as opposed to mine. Like, oh my god, it's like 25 years ago. And then she helped me out with Dean too. So, but you guys have a great rest of the month. Alice, you and I will hang out later this week or next week because I want to find out what you've been up to. Because your time is closing. I got to see where you're going. I'm super interested. I told your brother, Danielle, go back, listen to her episode. She's so much fun. She's like, she's making moves. It's a little inspiring. So listen to each other's stuff. I think as we get into more episodes in the next school year, I think we're going to get a lot more out of these things. So I appreciate you. Oh, Danielle, I wanted to also personally thank you for your thank you for episode 100. So, yeah, just thank you for all the nice, kind words. I appreciate you. Other than that, that's all I got for you guys. You guys have a good night.
Bye.
Whimsy.